homestead and garden side chat. So today I'm going to talk about cold and flu season. It is upon us. I've been feeling the low quality in the air, dealing with some sinus issues, some allergies and asthma stuff. And when I was at the doctor, I definitely had some possible sinus infection, sinusitis, but I did talk to my doctor and said, you know what? I want to wait and not do any antibiotics and just try to treat this naturally. They were okay with that. They're going to let me do my thing. So I've had a rough couple days, but you know, God has really given us everything in this earth in plant form to help our bodies heal. And I know it would be so much easier for me to just take that antibiotic, which has been chemically compounded by the pharma companies. And, you know, yes, it would be just putting that Band-Aid on top of it. But in the long run, when I was really sick and in the hospital, I mean, I had IV antibiotics and steroids and everything pumped into my body, and it just has devastated my body. And now I think the effects of all of that is why I'm having to work so hard to heal my body and get it to be where it needs to be. So what are the things that we can do to prevent? I think prevention is number one. There are a lot of other people. These remedies have been tried and true. I know a lot of people that use them and they don't get colds and flus, or there have also been actual studies that when the colds and flus do come along, they are just cut in the length and the duration of them. So what are the number one things that help? One is garlic. Now, I used all of my garlic in my infused honey, which is one thing we're going to talk about. But garlic actually does have something called allicin in it. And allicin, it really does boost the immune system and does help build the defense against the colds and flus. Garlic is also so good. Oh, my tea kettle's going again. One moment. Water boiling, because I'm going to practice what I preach here. And I am definitely going to get my steam going because I need to start doing that consistently to help these sinuses drain and clear. So I did talk about the compound allicin that is in garlic. It helps the immune system and you know, improves this all systems. Garlic helps detoxify heavy metals in our body, which, you know, nowadays we definitely need that. It helps anti-aging. It helps lower blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and then, you know, the colds and flus. So with that, also raw honey, especially if you can get it locally, because where does raw honey come from? It comes from the bees, and the bees gather the pollen from the area that we, you know, that comes from all of the things in the area that we are breathing, that, you know, we're exposed to. And bees take this pollen and it's just loaded. This honey, this raw honey is just loaded with B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, all antioxidants, antimicrobials, antibacterials. I mean, it is just loaded with so many things. So the first thing I did, and I think I show it in another video, is that I infused the garlic in the raw honey. And I actually put just a little bit of my ginger bug in here because I wanted to ferment it. But you don't have to do that. You can just leave it out and ferment it. The big thing is to keep the garlic underneath the honey. So just stir it, and you can leave it out for 5 to 10 days. And then you can keep it in your in your refrigerator or cold storage to keep it from continuing the fermenting process. But then I just take like a tablespoon of this every single day. Prevents that cold and flu stuff. I probably should have started this a little bit earlier, but hey, I'm doing it now. Then the other thing is the fire cider. Now, the fire cider. This is, I just saw somebody who they take it and their kids take it every single day too. So I actually was going to use this more for when I like to, now when I'm feeling it. But I think through the entire cold and flu season, I am going to take this every day too. So what this is you take, and I try to put everything out here to remind me what was in it, because I just ordered some more. I haven't grown my own horseradish root. So I just ordered some on Amazon. I can, everything that's here, I can link below. So, you know, if you're not able to grow it, or, you know, I'll link what I order below so you can at least see it or get it, or, you know, whatever. But so I just put this horseradish, so I remember horseradish root is in here. Ginger root. Now ginger root, I actually have some ginger root growing on my deck, but you can get that at your, you know, local organic, you know, grocery store. They would have it organic too, or, you know, peel it, slice it, put ginger root in there. Any kind of hot peppers. Now I have in this one, I have jalapeno, but whatever kind of pepper that you have, grow, can find at your farmer's market. Onion. So we definitely want to put in, the hotter the onion, we're going for hot here. So hotter, white onions are hotter, but whatever onion you have is fine. And I can see my pepper seeds in here. Let's see. So we got the horseradish root, the garlic, the ginger root, the pepper. Oh, and then I put turmeric in there, and I put some cayenne in there. You can put whatever kind of like herbs that you think are helpful, like basil. That's really a good natural antibiotic. So, and then once you get all those things in here, you know, you get them nice in there, then the cider pipe, you fill it up with raw, organic, with the mother apple cider vinegar. And I buy them in the gallons. I have like 3 of these. I buy them. I either get them at Costco, or I did order these on Amazon. So I can link, like I said, I'll link everything below. You could just at least have the ingredients. And that's how I make the fire cider. Then this I put in the jar, mix it up, and 4 to 6 weeks. This should, funny, I thought it was 4 to 6 months. So mine has been sitting. Mine is nice and strong. And then I've seen people just kind of strain the liquid off the top and then just take like a shot of it every day. I just take all the stuff in just for myself. It's a little spicy, but yeah, it'll knock the stuff out of you. Knock all that stuff. And then for me, I make my tinctures. So this is a headache tincture that I make with my herbs. This is just like a immune booster. It has elderberry and echinacea in it. And then this one is holy basil. Holy basil, I think I did a video on the benefits of holy basil. If not, I will, but I'm trying to do, you know, each of the herbs as I do something with them. I'm trying to show the benefits of them. This is what I'm going to strain. This is an allergy one, which I need to strain it now, but I've been just taking a little plastic spoonful every day because it's been hitting me. And then this is my headache tincture that probably next week, I'll strain it and add it to this. So that's kind of the ones that I've worked on now. And I will do another video where I strain the tinctures. I have videos I can link below where I've actually made tinctures so you can see how I do it. I've been trying to grow my own herbs and use them and dry them. There are some that I have not grown or have not been able to grow. And those I've tried to buy, like Frontier or Star West on Amazon, the organic ones. I can link those links below, and you can just kind of check those out as well. But yeah, I've been trying to grow my own, if not. So the final thing that has been super helpful for me, thing is that I have to be diligent to do it because I know it helps. I know a lot of people like the neti pot. I don't like the neti pot. I just don't like it. So what I do is I take my mixing bowl and I take some apple cider vinegar. This is like a natural decongestant here. And I pour just some apple cider vinegar, probably about maybe like a half a cup in there. Anywhere between a half to a cup. And then I put some cayenne pepper in there. So I just kind of dump some in there. You know, I don't know, quarter, half teaspoon in there. Now for me, I personally have the mullein, the dried mullein. It's good for the lungs. So I just put a little mullein in there. It's not necessary if you don't have it, but I've been having a lot of asthma problems. So I'm just putting that in for me. If you just have the apple cider vinegar and the cayenne, that's good too. Now what I do is I have my tea kettle going on the stove, and I am going to probably fill this up to here with some boiling water. And then what I do, I set my timer for 10 minutes. I try to go 15, but right now I'm starting out, so 10 is about as much as I can do. But now I found this is the trick that works for me. I either ask Alexa to read my book, because I usually have a book going on Audible, so I can just sit there and steam and read my book so my mind is on something else. Or I have her play some music that I've kind of been doing. But those are my tricks that I found, because otherwise I have a really hard time doing the full 10 minutes. But what I do then is I take my towel and I go underneath here, and I have my box of Kleenex underneath with me, because let me tell you, it will start coming out draining, 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 which is what we want. And even when I start doing it a lot of times, I will also cough a lot at night, or it'll drain at night, which I know that we have to get it out. You know, that's my sinuses. I can literally, this is kind of gross, you guys, but when I'm sleeping at night or laying down, I can feel and hear my sinuses just, it's so I know this is something I need to be diligent and do like 3 times a day. So this is what I'm going to be doing. And these are natural ways we can get our bodies healthy. You know, God really gave us the things on the earth to heal ourselves and to replenish those things on the earth and heal ourselves again. So I am going to do my best and really work on this and get myself well. So I'll keep you posted. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope these things are helpful to you too. I try to find things that you might have at home or that you can do at home, because, you know, I just want us to all be healthy and not have to spend a lot of money. And, you know, one thing I heard is that, you know, back in like, I think Doug said this on Doug and Stacy. I love them too, because Stacy is actually a nutritionalist. She knows so much about food sources. I'm telling you, you guys, there's so much wealth of information. I watch so many different homesteaders. I try to bring a lot of the information to you, but like I said, this quote I think came from Doug, and it was really interesting because they literally live off grid. Their channel is called Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and they literally live off grid. And he said they live like the 1800s, and he said back in the 1800s there was one doctor for the entire town. Like for the entire town, like one doctor that took care of the animals and all of the people. And, you know, I those are the kind of books that I like to read. Like when I listen to my books, like those are the stories I read. I like to read about the early settlers in the Dakotas and just the really, you know, when they used to walk. I mean, craziness before the trains even were built, how they would walk from St. Paul all the way out here in the blustery, you know, to settle and to get their oxen and things. I mean, I dread when I have to drive to the cities. I mean, it's just, ugh. But anyway, back to my point. He said there was one doctor for an entire town. And now we have an entire town of doctors for one person. And that is so true. I look at when I was sick, how many specialists. My entire life was filled with appointments. And I'm grateful. I am here today. I really do believe that, because at the time, that's what saved my life. But I know what gave me a life and why I'm actually living, like living, and being able to work, own a home, own a small little homestead, and share this with you, is because I made the decision to change my life, to change the way I live, to stop eating the processed foods, to, you know, and it was not something done overnight. Let me tell you, back then, I ate all the frozen meals because it was all I could do. I was exhausted. You know, I mean, I could barely, I don't even know if I ate that. I wouldn't eat maybe a piece of toast. You know, I was too tired to do anything. So, or I would order food, you know, but I'm saying that, you know, and I would go to pool therapy and physical therapy, but it started out with movement. And then when I started, you know, just adding the exercise into my life, then I started changing my diet. And then and so now that's kind of where it all comes from. So now I've been gradually getting off my medications, and I realize how easy it is to fall into that trap of the pharma companies and the medical companies and the, you know, and just, you know, you start with one thing, or you start with, you know, and then you need another thing, and you start with one, and then you need another doctor, and so what Doug said is very true, because I lived it. And now, you know, I am fortunate. I'm not saying that we don't need doctors. I'm fortunate to have a doctor that is really big in integrated medicine and believes in, you know, in natural remedies and stuff. So, you know, they know, I mean, obviously they know if I was to the point where I was going to die or something, I would obviously take an antibiotic. But it's been, I think, a year. You know, I mean, I know that doesn't even sound like a lot, but I know last year I did take an antibiotic, and I've just decided that I'm not going to do that again. You know, I'm just really going to push. Oh, and one thing I just thought of, I have a friend who I actually used to nanny for her. She is a chiropractor in the Burnsville area, Dr. Kristin. Hi, Kristin, if you're watching this. I remember, because she's, you know, really big in the natural stuff. She used to get sinus infections too. I don't know if she does anymore either. But one thing, and I actually think I have some, I'm going to try this too. Grapefruit seed oil. And I remember we used to take it at her house because we'd put it in water. It was bitter. It'd be like, oh, but I'm going to try that too. I just remembered that, Kristin. If you're watching, yeah, I'm going to add that grapefruit seed oil. I got that on Amazon too. I'll link it below. So that was how she would treat hers. Her sinus infections with the grapefruit seed oil. And she's still practicing chiropractor in the Burnsville area. I'll link her clinic below too if you are in the cities. She if she has openings. I know she's pretty busy. So, but anyway, so that's what I wanted to share now. I'm going to do my steaming here and then I'm going to work. But yes, I hope that this was helpful for you. Let's be healthy and live as well as we can. And thanks so much for watching, you guys. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.